Good evening. For months, the Metro School Board has been bitterly divided over the future of Dr. Shawn Joseph.
Now the controversy over Nashville's first African-American director of schools is dividing the city's black community.
News Channel 5 chief investigative reporter Phil Williams spoke with two vocal community leaders about it. Phil?
Well, tonight some African-American ministers plan to rally behind Dr. Shawn Joseph as he faces growing dissatisfaction among school board members. Of course, News Channel 5 will be there to cover the event, but others are raising questions about whether Joseph's future is the right cause at the right time.
It took a lot for me to do this, but I just know that it's the right thing to do.
For almost 4 decades, Reverend Benita Lewis has been on the forefront of issues affecting Nashville's black community. So when she saw the city's first African-American director of schools facing tough questions, she was convinced it was racially motivated.
I just thought about this man in this great position, and the media was attacking him.
And this doesn't have anything to do with race.
And when new school board member Fran Bush came out against Joseph, Lewis took her to task for not supporting a black leader.
I ran into her at an event and I wore her out. And I meant it.
But the Reverend says she started talking to families in her community. Then she took a job at one of the district's troubled alternative learning centers.
It's like I had an epiphany. And it hit me like a sledgehammer. It's about these kids.
What she saw is a school system that she says is broken and not getting better. So when a group of ministers announced plans to rally around Joseph, she decided it was time to speak out.
And we're sitting here holding meetings and holding protests about someone's position when we got thousands of children who are failing grades, who are killing, who are having babies, who are committing suicide, and we are talking about one man's position.
This ain't a black-white thing. This is about our children, this whole city.
Reverend Enoch Fudds questioned whether his fellow ministers should be putting so much energy into one man.
You're rallying to save his job. I need a rally, and I need you guys to be at the rallies that address the issue of our children, schools failing.
While Joseph has made the case for more tax money, Fudds says there's so much more that could be done.
Nobody from the school board has come to me to say, Reverend, come help us with these schools. And I think that the director ought to lead that charge.
To me, it's not about Joseph. It's about our children who are not getting a fair education, who are suffering, who are now have moved out of the school system and into the streets, and we have failed them.
Reverend Lewis says she now realizes her challenge to Fran Bush was misplaced. Her attitude now?
I applaud her for her courage to stand. It's not easy.
You think it's time for Dr. Joseph to go?
I think it's time for the school board to make that decision, but I will say that the school system is broken. And that's the key call out to me, and our children are suffering.
Again, News Channel 5 will have a crew at tonight's rally. As for Dr. Joseph, he has argued that fixing a broken school system takes time and resources. Carrie?